And welcome back, YouTube. This is Buster here with another video. Today I got for you something really exciting, and that is my Halo Heroclix Collection so far. Now for those of you who don't know, a long time ago, Halo and Heroclix had a cross promotion, and we were lucky enough to receive an official Halo Heroclix set. And let me tell you, it was amazing. I believe there were roughly 45 to 50 miniatures total in the set, and we got some amazing pieces overall. Unfortunately, we only got one, but one was probably good enough because, once again, we got some fantastic miniatures. For those of you who don't know, they also did some other pretty cool cross promotions back in the day. One was, they did a pretty extensive Lord of the Rings line, and a really cool Street Fighter set. And I do have most of those, so if any of you are interested, I could probably do a Street Fighter collection video of the Heroclix sometime in the future as well. Just leave a comment saying that you're interested in that. With all that said, let's get into the showcase of the Halo Heroclix miniature set. First up, we have the ODST member wielding a magnum. Very cool. Love the visor on that. Honestly, for being older Heroclix, these are pretty decently detailed. Up next, we got two commons. Two different variants of the Marine, a very integral support character. One on the left here is wielding a battle rifle, and the right one is wielding a SMG, I believe. Apologies if I get any of the weapons wrong. I'm pretty versed in the Halo weapons lore, but not 100%. I will say this, Halo was one of my all-time favorite franchises. I put so much time into the original trilogy, it's not even funny. And I loved ODST and Reach. The tipping point for me was Halo 4. I really thought that it was very meh. And I honestly haven't even played the Halo 5, is it Guardians or Infinity? Whatever the newest Halo is. I have never played that one. That's the Marines. I also want to say before I get too far into the video, while I do own quite a large amount, I do not own every single Heroclix miniature. I am missing a few. I don't have any of the chases, and I'm missing a couple of the supers. Otherwise, I do have most of the other ones. Up next, we got ourselves a couple of Jackals. The one on the right is wielding a beam rifle, and the one on the left has his shield and I believe the plasma pistol. Very cool. These are both commons. Some of these are unfortunately pretty dusty, so I do have to take some time and just dust them off a little bit, so. Up next, this is the drone. I like to call them buggers. These things are ugly and really annoying because they typically swarm you with a whole bunch of them at once. And especially on Legendary, they can be quite the pain. we got a couple of red Spartan variants here. I like to think this is from the red versus blue line. We got the dual wielders from the Halo 2 classic days. Double wielding magnums on the right, not the wisest of choices, and double wielding needlers on the, needlers on the right, magnum on the left. Needlers, although you chew through ammo, dual wielding them, you can pretty much knock out anybody with a clear line of sight. Magnums will take a little bit, but it'll get the job done. So these are the red Spartan variants. Very nice. Up next, we have the next common. This is the white Spartan variant. I like to think of this as like the Project Snowblind or Lockout Spartan. Kind of stranded in the frozen Arctic or snow weather map somewhere. Maybe Sidewinder from the old school players. Wielding a BR, battle rifle. And then we have an elite. This is any special variant? Nope, just a straight blue elite. He has a plasma rifle. And is that a grenade? Nope. Okay, I thought he had a grenade in his other hand. The elite they did a really nice job on. I like that. And this is just a common too, so this is pretty well done. It's pretty well made. Then we have the big old brute, wielding his brute shot. Just a common everyday brute, not a brute elite or brute guard or anything like that. Is it honor guard? I know the brutes have a hierarchy for the Covenant as well. Chieftain, that's it, chieftain. It's not a chieftain. Very cool. And for our final common, we got ourselves a little flood infection. AKA I always refer to them as crab heads because they remind me very much of crab heads from Half-Life. These things are absolutely annoying, and they explode into confetti when you shoot them. That is the infection flood. Alright, so that's all the commons from the set. Let's move on to the uncommons. First off, we have Master Chief, dual-wielding SMGs. Gonna chew through ammo like candy. Like the Rockies on there. Kind of give them a nice little base. I like that. Now let's fill out the right side a little bit, just to even it out. And then we got the Master Chief. Is that with a needler in one hand and a grenade in the other, frag grenade specifically, and a pistol at his holster. So even though his secondary weapon, that's kind of cool. Very nice, Master Chief. Up next, we got ourselves a red elite who looks like he's in a running position, in a stance. He's kind of like in the middle of maybe running from cover to cover or charging in. Arr, open up! He's wielding a Covenant carbine. Doesn't seem to have anything holstered, so that might be his lone weapon. Then we have the Elite Zealot, aka the sword-wielding elite. I remember these guys in Halo 2. These guys always struck fear into the heart of anybody who ran into them. Because they were powerful, the sword was one-hit kill if it hit you, especially on the higher difficulties. And, yeah. You basically, as soon as you seen this guy, you wanted to take him out, because this guy is going to charge you like no other. The Elite Zealot with the energy sword at the holster. Very nice. And then we have the Blue Spartan wielding, is that the plasma rifle? Nothing in his holster or back, so yeah, it's solely a plasma rifle, no other weapon. No secondary weapon to start with. Don't understand why this guy's an uncommon and the both the red ones are common. Doesn't make sense to me, but you know what? I'm not the one that makes the rarity guide. Then we got ourselves Big Ugly here, the Infected Elite. Flood form. Wielding a plasma rifle. Very nice. Next up, we got our third uncommon Master Chief. Dual wielding a SMG and a plasma pistol. Honestly, you replace that with a Magnum, and then you got a good dual wield combo right there. Master Chief on some gray granite stone, kind of running along there. Looks like he's almost slipping with that foot animation there. Master Chief, SMG, plasma pistol. Then we got ourselves the Infected Marine, aka the guys that have hops. These guys can jump far. Wielding an SMG. Got the big ol' flood hand there, the infected kind of sticking out the side because there's probably not enough room in there for him to enter. That's the Infected Marine. Then we got a couple of grunts. First one here is your basic grunt, just wielding a plasma pistol. Fully charged, that can be kind of a pain. Absolutely love the grunt. That guy just looks super cool. Gonna move Master Chief to the side here a little bit, put the grunt in front. Then we got ourselves another grunt, but this one's much more powerful, wielding the plasma cannon. Now this is uber powerful. Every time I could get one in Halo 2, I definitely grabbed one, because this thing was probably one of the most powerful weapons in the game. I liked it more than the basic rocket launcher and everything else. So yeah, this is definitely cool. The grunt with the plasma cannon. Absolutely fantastic. And then for our final uncommon of the set, we have Master Chief sliding down a rock incline, brandishing a battle rifle. Very cool. Honestly, ones like these I really like because it just gives that little extra motion, that little extra scenery. Just kind of gives it that little extra touch that a lot of other miniatures don't get. And it just really makes it pop. Definitely a standout in the collection. Alright. So with that, that puts us at all the commons and all the uncommons in the set revealed. Now we move on to the rares. I do have all the basic rares, so you get to see all those. Which one do I want to start with? Let's go with everybody's favorite Marine, Johnson. That's Sargent Johnson to you. Man, spoilers for those who have not played Halo 3, such an emotional scene when Sarge died. That was, had to avenge him, had to eliminate Guilty Sparks to avenge Sarge there. Honestly, one of the best characters in the game. He had one of the best personalities. Really cool. Sargent Johnson, fantastic miniature. And then next, since we got the plasma cannon grunt, we got the regular grunt, and now we have suicidal grunt with the dual wielding plasma grenades ready to charge at you and go boom. Very, very fantastic miniature. Honestly, gives it a lot of life, and honestly, you just put it on the board and it's just like, oh, Sarge like, not today, and then Sarge just backs up a little bit, boom. Very, very nice miniature. Obviously not built to size, it's because Master Chief would be much larger, Sarge would be much larger than the Grunt, so we're just going to call this an overgrown Grunt. And then next, we're going to go with one of the cloaked elites. I do like that they tried, but the unfortunate thing about these type of miniatures is, unless you keep them in a very dark, away from light type place, it's going to get yellowed over time. It's just going to happen. There's no way to prevent it. So that's the bad thing about these type of clear plastic miniatures like this. Eventually it's going to yellow some. Especially if you leave it near natural light, it's going to yellow a lot faster. But the Cloak Elite is a cool idea, nonetheless, because they do have them in the game. While we're on the Cloak Elite, we're going to go Cloak Elite with Sword. Once again, I'm happy that they made it, but it just gonna, as you can tell, it has a little bit of yellowness to it, and that just, there's no way to prevent that over time. So, Cloaked Elite with Sword. Up next, we got ourselves the other big ugly, and that is the Flood Carrier Pod. I cannot tell you how many times this thing killed me in Halo 2 Legendary. Literally, you know, they just pop up out of nowhere, or you're running by one, they explode, and it just causes a chain reaction, and you're toast. These things are annoying. I know from the lore they're built from basically Grunts and Jackals that got infected because they're too small to support the life of the Flood, so they just kind of build them up as carrier pods that can walk around and infect other larger living things like humans, elites, stuff like that, brutes. So yeah, that's the Flood carrier pod. Ugly. But a necessary part of the game nonetheless. And then we're going to go to a couple of actually, let's do this one real quick. We got Arbiter from Halo 2. Very nice. He is wielding a needler. Nothing holstered, so he is just going in with needler. Absolutely love the silver armor with the blue on the back there. Fantastic miniature of Arby, aka Arbiter. Then for the next one, let's take a look at the Elite Honor Guard, aka these guys protect the prophets. I love the little helmet horns that these guys have. Very nice looking. Very distinct. These are supposed to be the best of the best elites, the most powerful, the most trusted by the prophets, basically to protect them from any potential threats. So yeah, the Elite Honor Guard. I love this miniature. And then we'll take a look at a heftier, more resilient brute wielding, oh, what's that called? The brute. Is that the spiker? I'm drawing a blank on this particular weapons. I think it's a spiker, but I might be wrong. I don't know how this guy can see. As you could tell, he really doesn't have much for vision up there. It's kind of just, he looks like a Cyclops. Got some armor. Very nice. That is the upscale brute, rare. And then we'll take a look at the Brute Honor Guard. These ones are also chosen to protect the prophets once the elites had a little bit of an uprising and the brutes took over their position. As you can tell, the staff is super bendy, but that's easily fixed. The Brute Honor Guard. And for the final rare of the set, we have Cortana. This miniature is quite expensive for a rare. I had to pick this up because I was missing it, and let me tell you, I could not believe how much Cortana was going for. The holographic lady that's always in the chief's head. Cortana. Absolutely fantastic miniature. Love the partial translucency, you know, like to show all of her code and thing that's kind of running through. Very fantastic miniature. Alright, so with that said, that's the complete common, uncommon, and rare set. And I'm going to share with you the super rares that I have as well. I don't have them all, but I have a good chunk of the super rares. First up, we have the boss of Halo 2, Tartarus. You ever try taking down this guy on Legendary? I still to this day cannot beat this guy on Legendary. I can beat every other mission and every other Halo campaign on Legendary, but this particular boss I cannot beat on Legendary. Halo 1, Halo 3, Halo 4, ODST, and Reach. All completable on Legendary. I beat them all. Halo 2, 9 out of 10 missions completed. I still cannot beat this particular boss to this day. That is Tartarus. Up next, we got ourselves Master Chief running in with a brute shot. We've seen plenty of Master Chief miniatures up to this point. So the brute shot one got special treatment as a super rare. And then we got Master Chief with shotgun. He is also a super rare. Kind of a interesting pose. Looks like he's kind of... I'm not sure if that's supposed to be a rock or just a support piece. To kind of look like he's... I don't know, maybe like jumping back off of a rock. It's kind of an interesting pose. But that's Master Chief with shotgun and pistol at his holster. Very nice. Alright. So I only have 2 miniatures left to share with you at this time. So let's go. The second to last one I want to share with you is Arbiter holding the Covenant sniper rifle. Is it beam cannon? Beam rifle, that's it. I forgot what it was called for a second. He's in the ready. Honestly, I like this one slightly more than the rare variant. I just like the pose a little bit better. Looks like he's kind of like in a... like gearing up. Maybe like... kind of like looking over the cliff, getting ready to get his sights on the opponent. Compared to the other one, it's just kind of like at the ready, you know, ready for at the start of a mission type thing. So that is Arbiter with beam rifle. Covenant sniper rifle. And with all that said, we have reached the final Halo Heroclix miniature in my collection. And that is Master Chief holding a very tiny hollow Cortana. Honestly, the more I look at this one, the more cheesy it looks more than anything. Just kind of like something you see out of an RPG, you know, the main character gets an item, like Zelda chest, like, oh! Kind of like holding an item like that. But that's Master Chief and Cortana. Now I do want to try to get the entire collection. I just need to get it one piece at, you know, a couple pieces here and there. I definitely want to get the Master Chief and the Ghost. That is probably the most expensive one left out of the collection to get. And I also want to get Arby and the Chief. That one is a must. I want to get that one definitely as well. Those two are chases, by the way. The Oddball one, that one is lower on my list. I mean, I want it, but I don't need it. The Invisible Master, or Cloaked Master Chief, once again, want it, but don't need it. Master Chief with Gravity Hammer, want it, don't need it. Prophet. I cannot find a Prophet anywhere. That is the one that I want the most. Unfortunately, it is sold out everywhere. So the Prophet from this set and the Ghost and the Arby and the Chief are definitely the ones like on my highest up on my want list. I think with all that said, we got a pretty nice image here of all the Halo Heroclix in my collection. Let me know which one your favorite is in the comments down below. And if you like this video, please hit that like button. If you want to see future content like this, hit that subscribe button. And if you want to see a past video on this channel, some recommendations should be popping up right around now. Until next time, this has been Booster Box Buster with the Halo Heroclix Collection so far video, signing out.